everybody, it's Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. I'm so happy to be with you today on Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern in the chat today, because every Thursday I do a live premiere. I'm with you in the chat, so I'll be chatting along in there with you. I pre-record Thursday because I'm doing 2 videos a week and I want one of them to end up on my videos tab and one of them on my live tab. When I do a premiere, the premiere ends up on my video tab. I don't want to not have any videos on that tab, so that's where we're at today. So today we are, I'm sorry, this week today, we are working on the Beach Day stamp set and dies, and I have been having the best time. I hope that you liked the sneak peeks yesterday of the membership projects. I have to be careful to not give too much away, and so that's why you only get a tiny glimpse, but trust me, it's worth signing up for membership. Try it for 1 month, see what you think. You'll get 8 projects for $8, and you can't beat that. Cheaper than a Starbucks, so I hope you'll join us. So let's start with Card Fiesta, because that's happening on Saturday, 2 days from now. So I hope that you can join us if you're local. And by local, I mean you're in the Virginia Beach, Hampton Roads area, even North Carolina. I have a customer and a downline that comes. So let's come and stamp at LS Tech in Virginia Beach every other Saturday from 12:30 to 3:30. We usually get there at noon. That's when they open. We order food and then we start stamping at 12:30. So I'd love to have you join us. And if you are coming, please give me an RSVP, because I do need to know how many people to prep for. So that is one thing. Let's talk about the Inky Hands crew membership. I alluded to it by yesterday's sneak peeks. Every Wednesday I do sneak peeks of the projects. They are projects that go with the same bundle or stamp set or dies or combination of the two that I'm using for the week. And this week they're using the Beach Day dies and stamp set. And you are not going to want to miss them. They're pretty incredible. There's a 3D and a card. And I always do extra things for my members. They are my biggest supporters, and they are always here for me. So I really greatly appreciate them. If you're getting lots of ideas from me and you're a hobby demonstrator, or you're a demonstrator under somebody else, but you love my content, I would greatly appreciate it if you would consider joining my membership and helping me out with an $8 a month purchase, and it really helps me to bring the content to you. So I do appreciate those of you who join. If you need any more information about the membership, we have a color challenge, a sketch challenge every month. We have a Facebook group. There's a whole bunch of information. If you go to my website, inkyhandswarmhearts.com, and you click on the menu and look for memberships, there'll be information there for you. Now, if you would like to purchase $50 or more from me in the month of June, I will send you a PDF tutorial that has 41 projects. You heard me correctly, 41 projects with a variety of stamp sets. And I hope that if you have never spent $50 with me, but have been following me for a while, you'll give it a try and see what my tutorial bundles are all about. So I collaborate with a bunch of demonstrators, and for the month of June there was 41 of us that submitted projects. So we have a nice large tutorial bundle, and I hope that you will check it out. Don't forget, the month of June till the end of the month, we have a special going on, 10% off stamp sets and die bundles until the end of the month. And also our Stampin' Cut and emboss machines are on sale as well for 10% off. So you can get the mini or the regular for 10% off. So don't forget that you can check that out. And if you go to my website and you click on the host code, it will put it in for you automatically, and then you can shop. One bundle is usually right around $50, and then you'll get that tutorial bundle with 41 other projects. So it's like really a no-brainer, especially when you pair it with sales that Stampin' Up has going on. All right, this is a sneak peek of what you guys get to order in July. So you get the Potions and Spells bundle, Changing Lives bundle. We have a couple suites that are going to be coming out. This one is called, let me see if I can get the name of the suite. Where are you? Oh my goodness. Why can't I ever? Season of Green, maybe? I know I'm not seeing it, but trust me. Oh, Season of Green and Gold Suite Collection. It includes this bundle, which is the Golden Greenery bundle. It includes the Greetings of the Season bundle. It includes the Vanilla Ribbon, the Cherry Cobbler and Pearl Adhesive Backed Berries, and also the Everyday Greetings. So you get 2 bundles, 2 designer series papers, ribbon and embellishment. Sorry, this is an add-on, the Everyday Greetings. And so quite a good collection for that suite. And then we have another suite, and what is this one called? Let's see if I can find this one a little quicker. Iconic Celebration Suite. It's 1 bundle. You get embellishments and ribbon for that suite, and it is quite a cute deal. $67.50 for the bundle and the 2 different embellishments. So if you're interested, you also get the pack of designer series paper. It is a really fun pack. So you'll get the bundle, which is the stamp set and dies, the DSP, the ribbon, and the embellishments, all for $67.50. You'll be able to do birthday, fall, Valentine's Day, anniversary, Happy New Year, you name it. It's winter. It's all here for you. All right, let's talk real quick about the kits collection. The new kits for June are Expressions of Kindness. It's a beautiful bundle with 8 cards, 4 each of 2 designs. And then we have the Scenic Route Travel Journal Kit, and it is $22. You get the journal and all the cool stickers and embellishments to put on your pages. If you're a scrapbooker, this is a really fun project that you can do for your next travel trip. Let me talk about May's. We have our Hello Hollyhocks kit and City Sights kit. Super cute. At the Fiesta, I will be bringing the Hello Hollyhocks kit for anybody who is interested in that. All right, let's talk about Paper Pumpkin. So for the month of July, you can start from the 11th of June through the 10th of July. If you subscribe to Paper Pumpkin underneath me, you will get the Painted Petals Paper Pumpkin box. It will come to your house, and it is going to be stunning. I think I'm going to get a 3rd kit this time. I usually get 2, but I think I'm going to get a 3rd one because I think people are going to be wanting this after they see it. And I always like to have extras on hand for people who might have missed a kit they wanted. So anyway, if you're a Paper Pumpkin subscriber and you start with this kit, you can get what is called an add-on. Every quarter we have a die add-on. It comes with 3 dies, 1 for each of the 3 months in the quarter. And so this has a July, August, and September die. The first one is a floral, and it actually cuts out one of the stamps in the stamp set. It has the word hooray for our August and a leaf for our September kit. So I think it's going to be super fun. Don't forget to get them. They're $12. And if you would like any of my PDFs from my design team, Creativity Abounds, I'm one of the 13 members on this design team. I would love to have you purchase our tutorial bundles. We come out with one every month. The only 3 months of the year we don't have them are the months that we do stamp camps. So I didn't have one in May because that's our stamp camp month, even though the stamp camp's being held in June. But I will have later in the month the masculine one, which we were doing in June. On next Wednesday, we will have a blog hop for it. If you're interested, you can check that out. And I have a fun fold one, I have anything but a card, and I have techniques, and then I'll have the masculine one on my website shortly. All right, so let's talk about my Easter paper piecing projects. I have 2024 and 2023. I designed these and hand draw the patterns, and if you're interested in them, you can get those for Easter. I also have them for Halloween. And that is all of my announcements. Lots and lots of announcements. Sorry, guys. There's just a lot going on right now, right? All right, so let's talk about Beach Day. And I'm going to show you where it is in the annual catalog. We have the Beach Day stamp set and dies on page 75. You can purchase them separately. It's $54 for the bundle. It's, you know, for buying, yeah, but you have to put in the separate numbers. But for the 2 pieces, $54. It's a really, really large die set. And the stamp set is amazing. So I would highly recommend it. If you love the beach and you love any kind of beach bundle, check that one out because it is super, super fun. Alrighty, here is our card that we are making. How fun is this card? I know that you guys are probably looking forward to it. And so I want to talk a little bit about it first. We're using the Cane Weave 3D embossing folder because to me, it just looked like a tiki hut, right? With all these surfboards, just fits the whole theme. I wanted an open window in the like an opening in the tiki hut. And so I used our Fluffiest Friends dies. This is an online exclusive. They're still available and the stamp set that goes with it is completely adorable. But I used this opening here to make our little opening in our tiki hut. And then of course I used the bundle, the beach die stamp set and the beach die dies. And look at how many dies you get. Let's see if it says 21 dies and 14 stamps for $50. You can't beat that. So 21 and 14 is 35 items for $54. Like just a little over $1 a piece. And so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to show you how to make this really awesome card. So let's go ahead and go. Gotta make... There we go. All right, so we're going to start with a piece of pecan, 8.5 by 5.5, and we're going to fold that in half. I'm going to meet the corners, and then I will burnish. All right. I'm going to take a sip of water because when I talk so much, I get hoarse. That's a lot of talking. Okay, so then I have a piece of 4" by 5¼ and it is crumb cake. And I went ahead and I die cut this frame out of the piece. Okay, I tried to center it, but I'm a little off. I can see just slightly, like maybe 1/8 of an inch. You may not notice it, but I'm noticing it. It's gonna drive me crazy. But anyway, I mean, I'm human. I make mistakes, but I think it's not going to matter. No one will know the difference. No one will know how I intended to do it, right? So it won't matter. So what I did first was I went ahead and die cut both of those from the Fluffiest Friends out of the piece of crumb cake. And once it was die cut, I removed this piece and then I ran this through the embossing folder. Put it in the folder, ran it through my machine, and then I got this really cool texture. So we're gonna do a little bit of shading. I gotta get my scrap paper here. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna shade this piece. We're gonna use our crumb cake ink and some crumb cake on a small blending brush. And we're just gonna come here and kind of define our tiki hut, right? We're gonna get those raised pieces to be a little darker than the indented pieces. And what that does is it helps give us definition. And I love to do this on embossing folders because I love how it just pops out all that texture out of our folders, okay? So Now you can see that a lot better. So we're gonna put that to the side, and we are done with our crumb cake for right now. And we are gonna take this piece that came out of the center of our 4 by 5 1/4 piece of crumb cake after we cut it with the Fluffiest Friends die. And we are gonna turn this into our sunset right here, okay? So we're gonna start with our Flirty Flamingo. And I'm gonna ink this whole crumb cake piece. We're gonna start by adding this pretty flamingo pink color all over the crumb cake, and we're gonna turn it a pink hue, a pinkish red, right? No need to cut another one out of white. We're just gonna use what we have, okay? So we're gonna start with that. I'm gonna do a little bit more along the bottom because that's where the flirty is gonna stay. So I'm gonna darken that part up a little, okay? That's it for Flirty Flamingo. Then we're gonna take some pumpkin pie because we want a sunset. And we're gonna take another small blending brush. And we are going to add our pumpkin pie at the top, and then that's where we're gonna get the orange in our sunset. And I'm just gonna get it to about right there. I'm gonna leave that pink on the bottom. Gonna let some yellowy look come through. And that is our pumpkin. And it'll lighten as it dries. So right now it looks kind of dark, but it'll lighten over time. So the first thing that we want to do is I have a scrap or a small piece of crumb cake that I used the beach dies on. I don't know why I keep sneezing, guys. I'm so sorry. Coughing, sneezing, I'm just going through the ringer, aren't I? All right, so there's this die right here that cuts our little sand area. And I have one for the inside that I cut with this piece. I'll show you. Like that, okay? But I also have a small one that I cut, and then I use some crumb cake ink to accent the top, okay? Because I want it to kind of stand out. And so we're gonna take our silicone mat here, and we are going to attach this right here to the bottom of our little opening, okay? So all I'm gonna do is put a line of along the bottom edge here, because this glue is strong. You don't need very much. I know I tend to use a lot of it, but you don't need that much, okay? And so we're gonna place our sand down, and it's gonna stick out on both sides. We want that to happen, okay? On both ends. All right. So now we're going to place it down, and we're gonna bring our cane over the top, and we're gonna figure out how we want this placed. And I'm gonna take a pencil, and I'm gonna mark where that piece is gonna go, and we're gonna glue that down right to that part, okay? We're also gonna double check that it's in the right spot. So we're not gonna push it hard. We're just gonna lightly place it down along those pencil marks. All right, I'm not pushing, I'm just putting it in place. I'm gonna slide it over because it looks like it needs to move over. And then I'm gonna double check that it's where it needs to be. And I think it needs to come down slightly and over. There we go. So now it's in place, we can push it down, okay? And we are going to glue this piece next right over the top like so, okay? So let's put some adhesive on our light color, the part that we didn't put any blending on. And why I love this glue, especially when I use embossing folders, is all these little nooks and crannies get filled in, and it really helps to adhere it to our card. So we're gonna bring our sunset over the top. We're gonna make it fit like so. And then there is our tiki hut. Whoops, make sure that it's on there good. All right. So now we're going to build our surfboards and our palm trees, okay? So this, I told you, is for the inside. Okay, and we're gonna put a little beach ball there. Let's go ahead and put that down while we have it out. We'll stamp later, but that way we'll get this out of the way. And it's 5 1/4 inches, so again, it's gonna be indented on the bottom and the 2 sides. And then we have our little beach ball, and I'm gonna show you all the parts and pieces I've already die cut. So let's go ahead and attach our beach ball, which I have colored with our colors that we're gonna use. So I'm using the light azure afternoon, dark pool party, dark lemon lolly, light calypso coral, and light poppy parade. I'm gonna flip over this little beach ball. We'll put it right here in the corner, okay? And we'll finish the rest of the inside. I'm just gonna put this off just a little to the side for right now. And we're gonna work on our palm trees. So you can see that there's 2 different leaf types. You have one that's like a T, and then one that's a little off to the side. And then I die cut out of the Country Woods Designer Series paper 4 different prints of surfboards. And I stamped in Memento Tuxedo Black ink the surfboard stamp, and I stamped it right onto the Designer Series paper, and then I used the surfboard die to cut those out. And then I did one out of just white cardstock. We have 2 palm tree pieces, trunks, and we have a grass piece, okay? So that's what we're gonna work with for the next portion, okay? So I am gonna take my pool party, I'm gonna grab a scrap paper, and I am going to start working on the palm tree pieces. So I'm gonna use the bullet end here, and I'm just gonna go over the lines that are cut into my palm leaves. I'm gonna do those first with my dark pool party. And then I'm gonna use my brush tip, and I'm just gonna go along the edges and around the entire palm, just accenting it. Now I know Pool Party is a lot lighter than Granny Apple Green, which is the green that I'm using here, but it will give it a nice accent, and I think that's important. And then I'm gonna go ahead and go back over these lines just one more time, okay? So there's that one. So we're gonna go around with the brush tip, all the way around on all of these little parts and peaks of our and remember, we're gonna do those lines again. Let's do the last piece, then we'll move on to the other 2 pieces. All right, so there's that one. And on to the next. So we're gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna go ahead and use the brush tip the whole time. I did use the bullet for those, but it doesn't matter. As long as you get it covered, and it doesn't have to be nice and sharp. You can be a little sloppy, We just want to add some accents, and since it's not the same color or darker, it's going to give it a nice little accent piece. And we're going to do the last piece here. And we're going to go around and really add some color onto those palm leaves. I think having that two-toned leaf is really pretty, and you can see as it dries lighter, and you don't have to worry if you were a little sloppy or messy. It's just gonna look like a natural palm. I'm gonna go back over these lines just one more time, and then I will work on the trunks, okay? Now for the trunks, I'm going to use the light Poppy Parade. And all I'm doing is going over these little cut lines. That's it for that. All right, so you just hold on to it, and you're going to go through all the little, and one pass is enough. But I'm just going to hold it in place and work my way through. All right. Now, let's work on our surfboards. And I think I'm gonna do a little pool party on my grass. Only I'm gonna use the bullet tip because this is much finer than the other is. So let's add a little there. All right, so there's our grass done. All right, so let's work on our aqua colored distressed board. And I'm gonna go down the center with the Azure Afternoon. And this is the light Azure Afternoon, okay? And then I'm gonna go over these like wood pieces a little bit and these little dark spots on the board with the blue as well. Now I'm gonna use the brush tip, and I'm going to fill in the inside. I'm trying not to go outside the Memento black lines. And I'm gonna go right over the top of that azure. And as you can see, it helps to accent my board. And now it's gonna have a wood grain. I'm gonna give it just a smidge more blue. It's gonna have a wood grain, but it's gonna look like a real surfboard, okay? Now we're gonna take our peachy colored one, and we're gonna use yellow, which is Lemon Lolly Dark, and I'm gonna go over the entire board, but only on the inside, not on the outside edge of the black lines, okay? So I'm making the whole thing yellow, and then the parts that had those orange pieces, I'm gonna come back across with my Calypso Coral, and I am gonna add some coral accents to my board. And then this is what I'm left with. Isn't that pretty? All right, on to our blue board. So this one I'm gonna do in Azure again, and I'm gonna do almost all the board. I'm just gonna leave the inner pieces light, and then I'm gonna go over the top of it with the pool party, and I'm gonna blend those two blues together. And you'll be able to see that it looks way different than the first board I did, but aren't they cool? All right, let's take our white board. This one I really wanted it to be very tropical, so I started with my Lemon Lolly, and I'm just filling the inside. So now I have a yellow board. And then I'm gonna take my Calypso, and I'm gonna come down and around, and I'm just gonna add a slight bit. And then I'm gonna take my Poppy, and I'm gonna go over that Calypso with it. And I want to kind of go angled across my board. I want it to try to trail like that. Now, to blend it really well, I'm going to use my Lemon Lolly again, and I'm going to go over the top, and I'm going to make this yellow a lot brighter by adding a lot more Lemon Lolly. And I'm going to cover that poppy so it becomes more of a reddish orange. And if I cover it too much, you can come back in and add a little bit more color. So let me bring that board up, and I'm going to let you see the difference between that one and the one with the peach. So see how you have totally different board colors. All right, so now on to our white. This one's going to be fun. So I'm going to start with my Pool Party color. I'm going to color the whole board Pool Party. All right. Now I'm going to come with my Lemon Lolly, and I'm going to add some up here. I want some yellow on my board, but I don't want it completely yellow. I'm just going to go down that one side. I want some blue on here too, so I'm going to add a little azure over that piece, and I'm going to trail it up kind of the opposite of how I did the yellow on my Pool Party. Okay, and now I'm going to come back over all of it with my Pool Party, and I'm going to blend. And then if I want a slight more yellow, which I do, I'm going to just layer that back over the top, and a little hair of it right there. And then that's how I got my whiteboard to have a little bit more, there we go, little cool colors running through it. So let's move those out of the way. So there's my last surfboard. Okay, so now we're going to build a little surf shop over here on the right side. So I want to tuck my board right here, so I'm just going to go ahead and fill it the back. This is my white one. Put some multi-purpose glue, and we're going to tuck it back behind this piece. Remember, I only put the glue at the bottom, so I left room to tuck my boards underneath if I need to. I'm only going to tuck this one, but I'm going to let it be in this corner and kind of stick out on the side right here. Okay, whoops, I didn't mean to do that, but let's put it back in there. All right, so there we go. So there is my first surfboard. Now my next one, I want it to be popped up, and I'm going to put this blue one here. So I'm going to grab my mini and regular dimensionals, and we're going to add a mini to the top, a mini to the bottom, and we're going to put 2 right there, and we're going to pull the backs off, and we're going to add this surfboard down. That one's tucked into the sand, and this one's just a little bit below here, and I don't want to cover all of that blue because I think it's super pretty, so we're going to show some of that. We'll put that one in place, okay? We're going to do the same thing with this peach and yellow board. So we're going to flip it over, put 2 in the middle, and then a mini on the top and the bottom. And I'll pull the last 4 of these off, and then I'll throw these in the trash. And we're going to add this board only on the other side, and I do want the yellow to show, and I'm going to kind of tuck this just slightly underneath like so. Okay, and there is our next board. Okay, now this one's going to come here, and this one's going to come here. Okay, so they're going to be leaning on these sides, so they only need dimensionals on the outer edges. So I'm just going to use 4 dimensionals, and I'm going to make sure that they don't stick out past One of my backs already came off. All right, and I'm gonna go ahead and pull the backs off of them. Whoops, got that one. All right, and so on the parts that don't have dimensionals, we're gonna put wet adhesive. Am I out of camera? No, I'm good. I'm gonna put wet adhesive there, wet adhesive here, because they are gonna stick. This one's gonna be right here and down a little. And this one's gonna be right here and down a little. Make sure this dimensional doesn't stick out. It was a little bit out. There we go. All right, so there's our last board. So there's our 5 surfboards outside the tiki hut. They're inside, right? All right, so now we're going to figure out how we want our little what do you call these, palm trees. I want them, 2 of them together, but I want one taller than the other. So that means I need to kind of like stick it up a little bit. So I'm just gonna do that, and I'm gonna make kind of like a Y. And then I'm going to put my 2 palm trees together. So we will figure out that one and that one. I want to make sure that there we go. All right, so one of them's going to be lifted up and the other one is going to just be flat. So we're going to put this one flat right here and the other one's going to be lifted. So I'm going to go ahead, put a little bit of adhesive here, and we're going to put a little bit of adhesive on the back. Okay, and we're going to tuck this right here on this side of my tiki hut. Our grass is going to cover up where our palm tree base is, right here. Okay. And now we're going to add a little bit of adhesive to the backs of the top parts now that I'm happy with their placement. Gotta have some fun with these guys, right? All right, and so now we're gonna add our bottom palm leaf, the flat one, okay? And then the other one's gonna have dimensionals on it. So we're gonna put this one kind of off like this. And then the other one, we're gonna use minis. And we're just gonna place them on the leaves wherever they're not gonna stick out and show. So wherever that works, that's where they're going. I'm gonna put one more here, I think. All right, so let's pull the backs off of these. And one more. Whoops. That one flipped over on me. There we go. And then this one's going to be a little higher up and off to the side here. And you can see that that highlighting with that pool party did a really nice job on giving us a 2-toned palm. All right, so now we want to add our happy birthday. And we're going to be using some of the small pieces that I like to cut. So I'm going to fussy cut. I've already stamped my words, happy birthday, with Memento Tuxedo black ink. And I'm gonna fussy cut for you my happy birthday. I didn't know how long it would take me to put this card together. And I didn't want to let you out too early, but I didn't want to keep you too late. So hopefully we're right on track here. I never really know how long it's gonna take because when I design the card, it takes me way longer than it takes me to record a video. So I'm never quite sure. Because when I'm designing, I'm like playing with color and then I'm like, no, I don't like that color. Yes, I like that color. And then I go back and forth. Oh, I want to move this here. No, I don't like it there. I'm going to move it over there. And it's just a battle with myself. So it ends up taking me a lot longer than it takes me, of course, to make the card a second, third, fourth, fifth, however many times I need to make it. The first one is always the longest. So I never can gauge how long it's going to take me to do the videos. I just kind of hang out and hope and pray that it'll work out. But I am really grateful for you who do watch all my videos, and forever thankful to you for doing so. I love the community that we have in my my little Inky hand, my Inky hand followers. You guys are my family. All right, so now that I have it fussy cut out, we're gonna add dimensionals. We're gonna put as many mini ones on there that will fit, okay? And then whatever I don't have room, I feel like I had it, there it is. I feel like I had a piece stuck, okay. Whatever I don't have room for a mini, then I will put some little pieces. I think I can fit one more right here. All right, so now the rest is gonna get pieces. So what I mean by pieces is I save the edges of the minis when we're done, and they have this nice wide border that I can cut into these little strips, and I love to use them because I can fill in like this into these little spots and waggle and move all of them where they need to go. So see, this works out perfect. I'm going to do one more and then we'll be done. Cut one more out. And then I'm going to move this little piece over here because I don't want it to be by itself over there. It might be lonely. All right, so there's that one. And now let's pull the backs off all of my minis, and we'll attach our happy birthday sentiment on the front of our card, and then we'll stamp the inside. Let me put these away before. Oh yeah, there's my stamp with my lifeguard shack on there. All right, so let's pull the backs off, and we'll add our happy birthday right here under the grass. I think that's a perfect place for it, and it just fits really well with the surfboards. Aren't they beautiful? They're wood grain. They look like old-fashioned surfboards. Looks like a real fun card. So on the inside, we're gonna stamp our sentiment. Let me show you the original. It says sending sunshine your way, because it's a happy birthday card. You gotta send some sunshine, right, for a birthday. Super important. All right, so let's grab my Memento Tuxedo Black, and we'll get our stamp. Sending sunshine your way. Ink that up in our Memento and put it right here in the center of our card. We have our cute beach at the bottom and our beach ball. And I'm gonna clean my stamp, and then we can talk a little bit. If you guys have any questions, put them in the chat. I know I've been chatting with you all along, but I wanna make sure that if anything that you have to ask me, that I can answer that before YouTube will end this video, because it is pre-recorded. I can't just keep it on forever, right? I'm gonna put away these blends, and that'll give you guys some time to word any questions you might have for me, or just to say your goodbyes to each other. I know we're one big happy family, aren't we? And I love that we are so close. All right, so here's the beach day dies. We also used the Fluffiest Friends for that really cool piece, and beach day stamp set. And then don't forget about the Cane Weave 3D embossing folder. So those are the pieces, and I loved making this card for you. I'm always grateful to have you as part of my stamping community, and I'd love to have you join my It's a Matter of Heart team if you're interested in becoming a preferred shopper and buying from yourself, or if you want to make videos and have fun, or just sell to a few of your friends so that you can buy your things at a discount, there's always ways to join my team. So talk to me about it. I'd love to talk to you a little bit more. Just reach out and I'd love to share the opportunity with you. All right, guys, this is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. I'm so happy to be with you today, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and in about 15 minutes, my, my blog post will go live. This is if you're watching this on the live premiere. If you're not, it'll be there already. And I hope that you'll check it out and see the detailed photos of my card. And I hope that you enjoyed this project. This is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. Happy stamping! Don't forget, thumbs up. And if you missed Tuesday's live stream, I have it right up here, so click on that. See you guys later.